we're not the average family.
I'm going to tell you right now about the first gay bar that I ever went to.
Who kissed who first?
I'm 80, and I don't care what people think.
It's time for lesbian story time.
There's a lot of moms to go around.
The other day she asked
Oh,
me,
don't you dare! Don't you! Get that camera off! Get that camera off!
Welcome back. Okay, so those are just a few moments from the beloved TikTok account known as Canada's Gayest Family.
So we're thrilled to have a woman from each generation of that family here with us today. Linda Ford, Karen Ford, and Madison Ford. Welcome to The Social. Okay, Karen, what makes the Fords Canada's gayest family?
Well, I just made up the name. and I made it up because the, oh my God, can we stop?
No, you can keep going.
I just lost what I was going to say.
Oh, don't worry. We're all here
Oh my
together
God,
as a group.
this is my biggest nightmare. Anyway, I didn't know any other families like our family. So, like, we have 7 gay people, well, 6 lesbians and 1 queer, my daughter, Madison.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry.
Don't
you worry. Linda is your mother, and then, of course, Madison is your daughter, and you are in this documentary, and you share your story, all of it, and it is just incredibly riveting.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Hold your thought for 1 second.
Yes.
I want to talk to Linda because, Linda, the internet knows you and adores you and your wife as Grandma Linda and Grandma Jan, and we know that Grandma Jan is actually here in the audience today. Hello. So what do you think of being TikTok famous?
I was a little reluctant at the beginning, but then I kind of got into it. You know, and sometimes we'd have dinner, a couple of drinks, and it was fun.
Yeah. Sharing
I enjoyed it.
Yes. Linda, across these 3 generations, you each had different experiences coming out. And your story, of course, and we were just in this last segment talking about aging and the difficulties in coming out. You were actually married to a man for years and, of course, produced Karen, and as well as your other daughter. And so what was it like? What was at stake for you if you were to come out at that time? Because you didn't come out until much later on.
That's right. I had to hide because I was married. I didn't want my ex-husband to know exactly, and he suspected, because I could have lost my job. In those days, I mean, they were still doing bathhouse raids and arresting people in the 70s. And so I just wanted to keep it, and for the sake of my partner at that time, her family as well.
Yeah, of course.
Well, Karen, you and your mom actually used to frequent the same gay bar in town.
we did.
before you had actually come out to one another.
Yeah.
And you say since then you've actually formed a kind of alliance. Like, what does that mean?
Well, it started off when I was about 15, and she asked me if I was gay, and she said it in a way that I thought, I'm not ready for this. So I lied to her, and then I asked her if she was gay, and she said no.
I lied.
So then a few years went by, and when I was 18, I started going to the gay bar, and she would see my car in the parking lot. So I would ruin her night because she would have to do something else.
Driving.
Yeah. So.
But eventually you did. You shared your stories, and that was quite a profound experience, and it is chronicled in this documentary. Maddie, I want to just, yes, let's go. And Maddie, you share that you barely had to come out when you realized that you were queer, which really does show the progress that we made in many cases. One generation to the next, having 4 gay moms now. You have 2 gay grandmothers. Yeah. So how do you reflect on the difference in the evolution of these conversations?
Yeah, I mean, reflecting, I feel like there's just so much gratitude to the trailblazers that have come before us, and the fact that Yeah, absolutely. And the fact that some of those people are members of my very own family. Before I had come to my own realization that I was queer, I maybe didn't think that much about everything that these two women and the rest of my family did to really push forward and persist and get us to where we are now. And I really attribute a lot of it to the fact that my parents were always authentically who they were. They never lived in shame, they never tried to hide, and I feel like that really made my life easier and my coming out a lot easier experience.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. So beautiful. So Linda and Karen, your partners, Jan and Kathy, are both here in the studio audience today. And get this, everybody, the four of them actually had a joint wedding in 2018. How cool is that? So what did that day mean to both of you to be able to do that?
It was an amazing day.
It was the best day of my life.
You know, it was an amazing day, and that's the best word to describe it. I invited some friends that I had had for 60 years in a sorority chapter that we met once a month. And I went one day and said, "Here, I'm getting married. Here's your invitation." "Well, it's about time," they said. And they all came with their husbands.
Nice.
So there was absolutely no resistance, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
They were very accepting.
And it was lovely for you?
It was fantastic. We had our gay friends there, our straight friends, everybody mingling and having a great time.
They came from Australia,
Wow.
Yeah, it was lovely.
Curacao.
So, Maddie, this is Pride Month. Obviously, we're celebrating that today. And what does that mean to you?
Yeah, I think that, Pride means a lot to a lot of different people, but I feel like it really means a lot in terms of the past, present, and future. It gives us a chance to reflect on everyone that's come before us and all of the work that has been done to get us to where we are. It's celebrating where we are now, how far we've come, being able to live authentically and be our authentic selves, but it's also a call to action. We still have a lot more work to do. There's still a lot of dangerous laws that are being proposed, a lot of rhetoric in the world that's very harmful to our community. So it definitely calls on us to continue doing all the work that we have been doing to make sure that absolutely everyone in our community can live their authentic lives.
It's beautiful. Yeah. Linda, we're going to leave the last word to you. What has Pride meant to you now versus, or comparing what Pride meant to you maybe a long time ago?
Well, the first Pride that I went to, I hope no one saw me. I was ready to hide. I had a camera I held up most of the time so nobody would see me. But the last one that I attended, I was sitting in the back of a pickup truck with a water gun, flirting everybody, and they were flirting me, and we were all having such fun. And even some family, a straight family, had come from out of town to walk behind with us.
Oh, so nice.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
So good.
We thank you all for sharing your story and your TikTok with the world. We absolutely are obsessed with it, so please keep going.
Yes.
And thank you for being here. Thank you. As Cynthia mentioned, we also want to tell you all that the family is the focus of a beautiful new documentary called Unusually Normal. So viewers, keep your eyes peeled for some upcoming festival screenings coming to a place near you.
Hey there, what did you think? Drop your comments below and join the conversation. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you can find more on everything from food and fashion to pop culture and current events. See you soon.